Hey, how you doing? My name is Roderick Holmes. This is the Coca-Cola Bottling Company case study, and I'll just be giving you a little information on the background first. It was founded in 1902 in Greensboro, North Carolina by J.B. Harrison, the great-grandfather of the current chairman, J. Frank Harrison. They went public in 1980, listed under the CCBCC. The company's offerings include making, packaging, and delivering a variety of beverages to stores, restaurants, entertainment venues, and a lot more. The Coca-Cola Consolidation Company is the largest independent bottler of Coca-Cola in the United States. 85% plus sales come from Coca-Cola production, but they offer their own selection of beverages. They operate in 14 states as well as the District of Columbia. I'm going to give you a couple bullet points as far as the strategy for the Coca-Cola Bottling Company. First, the broad differentiated strategy. They achieved this by offering not only Coca-Cola's beverage line, but created their own water, energy drinks, and sports drinks. The second is the expansion of territories and acquisitions. Led to a lot of success from Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola Bottling Company. A few acquisitions include One Medico, Sunbelt Coca-Cola, and they recently announced a major expansion in Kentucky in 2018. The last would be strategic partnerships and alliances. The bottling company throughout their tenure made a number of business decisions that involved other companies. They partnered with Dr. Pepper and the Snapple Group that allowed them to ship and distribute their products.
All right, my name is Robbie Gascoigne. I'm going to talk about the driving forces here. A couple we have is innovating technology. More or less, if they don't innovate in their technology and their resources, then it will be hard for them to create new products and have new ways of things to make their company stand out. Then another force they have would be their competition, which their biggest competitor would be Pepsi. And Pepsi is pretty much the only person that could jeopardize their competition inside the industry. And then the society's reduced desire for carbonated beverages. Studies have shown that the carbonation of beverages have been reduced in today's society, since we have a lot of younger generation people that are looking to more or less look for healthier options within the market. So then we have developing eco-friendly awareness. So for them to show that they care about the the ecosystem, and littering and polluting the earth, if they use less plastic, aluminum, and create these bottles and promoted recycling, this could potentially show them that show people that they don't want to trash the earth while they can enjoy their drink of choice. Key success factors that we have here would be brand loyalty, as in Coca-Cola, the brand itself they bottle the drinks for. Since Coca-Cola is such a worldwide company, very well recognized, a lot of people know them, so this would potentially give them a lot of bottles to make, a lot of business, because obviously they mass produce Coke and Coke products. And the product innovation capabilities, that they have varieties of different bottles they can provide, and different beverages they produce, such as Powerade, water, aluminum cans such as sodas and things of that nature. And then healthier beverage options such as water and some sports drinks. This could potentially be a good revenue builder for them. And then technology would be a key success factor. Investing in their technology to obtain competitive advantage. So them finding out new ways to make different kinds of bottles, more eco-friendly bottles, different ways to figure out numbers for demand forecasts and things of that nature, to understand how much they will need in supplies and production costs and things of that nature, put them a step ahead. And then the eco-friendly bottles, as I just talked about, show that they care about the environment and they care about the littering aspect of the supplies that they're using. So as we all know, plastic and aluminum don't break down. So whenever people don't throw them away or recycle, they just sit on our earth and potentially trash it. And then the SWOT analysis. The first thing we have for strengths would be brand loyalty, as in Coca-Cola itself. Coca-Cola is a very well-recognized brand, and that's a big strength because they always have business and always have bottles to make, saying that. The diversity, skilled workforce. The diversity would be more or less that they can bottle different kinds of things, such as plastic bottles, aluminum bottles, all kinds of different things. They have choices. They don't have to just build or bottle one type of beverage. And the skilled workforce, they actually do well in training their workers and treating their workers, so they have a good base there. Then the community support, they I've researched that they do, Cancer Society and Heart Disease Society and Habitat for Humanity things. They do different things in the community to make them stand out more or less over other companies that may not give back to the community. And the barrier to entry the barrier to entry. It's kind of hard to compete with Pepsi and Coke since they already both have pretty big brand names in the industry. And the weaknesses, the internet advertisement, they don't do much. Social media advertising or Facebook advertising at all. They more or less just bottle sodas and waters for Coca-Cola company. So maybe if they got their name out there, they could get more clientele and partnerships to other companies. And then the pollution. So obviously plastic and things of that nature are not good for the earth, and some people don't believe in that kind of stuff, or some people don't believe in recycling at all, and that could be bad as well. And then the dependence on Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, if they're not doing well as a company and they're not producing Coca-Cola and selling it, then they're not going to have anything to bottle. So that would overall run them out of business. And the price dependent on Coca-Cola. Price is dependent on Coca-Cola as well, because they control how much they pay them, how much they make, and things of that nature. It's not more or less something that they can say, hey, we can give you this price for these many bottles. It's, hey, we'll pay you this amount for these many bottles, so they depend on that. Then the limited success in forecasting. They've had troubles and struggles with forecasting the demand of how much soda they're going to need and their supplies and production. They've had trouble with that in the years as well. And then lastly, for the SWOT analysis, we have opportunity and threats. The opportunities could be social media. If they participated in social media and advertising in that nature, then they could potentially find new clientele and different partnerships to find other sources of income. And then the environmental program, if they started to more or less invest in and partner with recycling companies and things of that nature to have different sources of recycling campaigns to get those kind of bottles that were recycled and reused them, so they could not have to make as much plastic or aluminum bottles. They can just reuse them. And then acquisitions, if they partner with other companies such as Coke and things of that nature, then they'll expand their business overall. And then product expansion, when they figure out ways to use different things and make new products that will feed different companies' needs, this could also be a very good asset they could obtain. Then market expansion, maybe go outside of just sodas and beverages of that nature, maybe do different things with the plastic and aluminum and partner with different companies that are not all beverage based. And then lastly, the threats. Obviously Pepsi is their biggest competitor, and that's one of the biggest things they have to worry about. So Pepsi's outdoing them and they're not keeping up with them. This could reduce their competitive advantage overall. And then the environmental pollution that they put on the earth with their bottles and aluminum cans. They, it's not good for the earth, and that's a big problem in our society today, people not recycling. And health conscious generation that we live in now, a lot of people are health freaks or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, a lot of people don't want to drink sodas and things with a lot of sugar in them, so that kind of leaves them down to water as the only healthy option that they provide. And then we have the dependence on Coca-Cola. So if Coca-Cola, like we said earlier, if Coke's not doing well as a company and they're not selling, then they're not paying them enough to run their company, then they're not going to be a bottling company at all. And then the lack of innovation. So if they're just doing the same old stuff, then they're not gonna grow or expand at all.